Hi everyone, I'm Madeleine Casey, the owner of Sparkle Lifestyle and Midi Spa and nutritionist here. And today I'm sharing with you some tips and trick about picky eaters. And I guess I was one, and I'm still am. So I'm going to do my best. And I guess picky eaters could be either yourself or children. So most of my tip will be geared towards children's, um, but I'm sure they will help you too. So the first thing that you need to know when you're trying to get into the healthy lifestyle and you're trying to introduce it to your family, your kids, or yourself, you need to start by introducing food that you actually love, that are healthy. Don't try to go too fancy or stuff that you have like no idea what they are, or stuff that, if you hate asparagus, maybe that's not the right way of starting to eat healthy. Just go with stuff that you actually love. You love carrots, you love apple, you love like banana. Go for those healthy food first. So just swap maybe what's not healthy to what's healthier and that you actually love. And that's really a better recipe for success. The um, the second one would be to include your entire family into the meal preparation. So, like if you want to get into that healthy wagon, you need to start prepping your food. That's the food, that's the key of success. And then you need to include your kids and your family into it, because sometimes the kids will kind of by reflex say that they don't like it, knew they don't like it. But if they were actually there with you prepping the food, they'll take pride into it. Oh my god, I did that all myself. I did that recipe, I did that soup, I did that salad by myself. So they won't complain as much because they're the one that did it. So if it doesn't taste good, that's their fault technically. So make sure that you include your entire family into that meal prep, so you're not doing it alone, you're saving time, and then everyone is responsible if it doesn't taste good. My third one would be to actually stop buying crappy food. Don't have that special cupboards with chips, and because kids will know that and you'll know it too. Just stop buying that. Just throw that in the garbage. And because life is full of like birthday parties or treats or grandparents coming over, so you don't need that special drawers with treats in it. You'll have plenty of treats in life, so you don't need that. And if kids knows that they have access to that, obviously they'll go for it. And remind yourself that when you stop eating sweet and treats all the time, your taste bud just start loving healthy food. So just don't have crap in your house. That would be a big no-no that people know. And that stupid answer about, oh, that's for my kids, like seriously, they're a human being. Crap should not be there for them. There's birthday parties for that and grandparents. That's enough. End of the discussion. So my fourth one would be to schedule snack time, and just that regular time for your family. So it's a good habit for them to know that they need to eat like every 3 4 hours regular snacks, so they're not like starving for meal, that they have time, because they don't just go open the fridge and grab whatever they think of. It works for you too. Like everyone should have 3 meals, 3 snacks, so you're not like starving between your meals. So that's a really good habit to give to your children, to have regular snack. And coming to my fifth one would be to always have healthy finger food available for your entire family. So have pre-cut vegetables, have nuts, have stuff that you can just pretty much open the fridge, grab and go. That's healthy, ready, available for you. So when you do your meal prep, do a bunch of it. So those foods should be ready to go, so they can just grab it. If you're not there for supper time, they can just kind of preheat it in the microwave. Just make sure that you have plenty of option already available, and stuff that are really just grab and go, because if it's not ready, they'll go for something else that's not healthy. And another thing that for the 6 tips is don't force feed yourself and your kids. Our body have naturally we're designed that when our body is hungry, you're hungry, and when you're not hungry anymore, you stop eating. Okay, so kids have that to a T. So when they're eating and they just don't feel like eating anymore, don't force them to finish their plate. That's just something bad. They know, their body knows it's done. So accept it, but just make sure that they have nothing bad to reach for later on. Or maybe tell them, okay, it's fine, you can stop eating now, but you need to finish your supper later. That's your next meal. So make sure that if they don't want to eat, they don't want to eat. But you can't then offer them candies and cake if they didn't finish their supper. It's just, if you don't want to eat, don't eat, but you'll have to eat this meal later on. So make sure that's clear with them and make sure that you enforce it. Don't change your mind, stick to it. And another tips would be talk about food like eating your colors. So if you kind of teach your kids and yourself that you should always have like plenty of colors in your plate, it's a healthier, funnier way of talking about healthy eating. And it's almost like a game now. Like they want to have that color on their plate and it's colorful, it's nice, and to always reach for all that color. I think it's a really nice and healthy way of talking about nutrition in general, and it make really more fun for them. So my 8 tips would be not to cut off the treat completely. So don't stop having treat. Don't talk about it like they're bad. It's all about just I guess balance between them. It's just how you gonna have it sometimes and sometimes you don't. It's all about balance with the treat, because thinking about yourself too, if you cut entirely a food group or something that you're not allowed to have anymore, you'll want it even more. And then when you have it, you just can't stop having it and it end up in a binge eating. So that's really important to teach your kids and yourself that you can have treat time to time for a special occasion. It is fine. It's just don't have it in your regular routine or don't have it available. So as soon as you have craving, you can just reach out for it. So my 9 tips would be no more meal in front of a screen or a TV. You need to start being mindful about what you're eating, mindful about how much you ate, how full you are, how it tastes. It's really, really important. I see way too much kids and parents like eating in front of the TV or a screen or their iPad, phone. You need to stop that right away for quality time for your children and yourself, just to relax. And your body, your brain need to really take time to digest it, process it. So if you're busy doing something else, you're totally not mindful of what you're eating, then you can eat past your satiety point. So you end up eating too much and you just end up not enjoying whatever you're eating. So your eyes need to see what you're eating so your brain can send the right signal, so your belly sends the good reaction and enzyme and everything. So you really need to start looking at what you're eating and be mindful of that, especially if you're trying to lose weight. That entire process between body, mind, it's really, really important for have the right enzyme going on in your body. Then my 10 tip would be to be a role model, because you can tell whatever you want to your children or kids, they do what they see. So if they see you like not eating your vegetables or eating crap or watching TV or always on your iPad, they will do the same. Like it doesn't matter what you're telling them. They watch you doing stuff. They do what they see. They don't do what you say. So be mindful of that, and that apply for picky eaters, but life in general. Be a role model for your kids. And 11, you need to accept that your kids have taste bud and sometimes stuff don't taste good. So maybe your kids seriously, physically don't like apple. Like I know for me, I cannot mix texture together. It grows me out. I'm eating my chicken, I'm eating my vegetables, I'm eating my rice. I don't mix them, I don't want to touch. I think it's gross, but that's me personally. So there's no way my mom could have put me all those food together. It would gross me out. I don't want dressing in my salad. I think it's a soup and salad, just gross. So that's me, okay? I'm not saying that's a way of eating, it's me, but your kids have preference like that and respect that. Because if you start forcing them, they just start to hate eating in general. So respect the fact that some food, they're just not big fans. Sometimes they don't like the texture, and try to kind of respect that. If your kid wants to have everything separate, make it separate. It's just better for them. That's what they like, and they'll enjoy eating more. And my last and 12th tips, and I think something that really helped me as I grew up, and thanks mom for that, she was awesome, it make food fun, okay? I remember my mom would actually give me like a little menu for supper time, because I was a picky eater and didn't like to eat. So she would actually physically have that little menu so I could pick option that obviously she already made. So I didn't have option, but just because it was like on the menu, I felt important and it worked for me. That worked awesome. I remember she was putting like Post-it in my sandwich. So that by itself, I'm like, how can I not eat the sandwich? There was like a cute Post-it on it. Or making like the vegetable look a clown. Or I remember she would like draw word in my potatoes. Like whatever you want, but it's just make food fun. Like make it enjoyable. Let them do it with you. And I go on Pinterest. There's like tons of idea how to make food fun. So that was my 12 tips how to deal with picky eaters and kind of put your family on board when it comes to healthy diet. I hope it inspired you and good for you. And obviously comment with what you thought, or maybe your own little tips and trick about how to put your family on board and how to deal with picky eaters. Thanks for watching, and if you have any question, comments, feel free to reach out to me. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.